Yes, sometimes, you know, I like us talking about exploits. It is good you exploit in what you are doing because every day of our life we do what we do just to exploit. It won't be a good thing when you are trying your best possible and you are not exploiting. No, sometimes we just have to just have to run our things and make things look real. But sometimes in life, it is not ever easy to exploit because exploiting takes a lot of decision time. But if you could give what it takes, then you will exploit. Look at the life of Joseph. It has been written that Joseph will surely succeed, yes. But it takes Joseph a lot of time to exploit. Not just the promise, but the sacrifice. You must sacrifice. If you cannot sacrifice, then you are not ready for explosion. If you can't sacrifice, then you are not ready to move. If you can't sacrifice, then you are not ready to go. This is the reason why many of the times so many people make a mistake, so many people lost because they are not even ready to exploit. I can tell you it is not an easy process. But it is something you have to do. It is something you have to what you have to do. It is something you have to stand up for. It is your right to exploit. So you must make sure you exploit in anything you are doing. And it doesn't just come. You can only exploit if you are ready to sacrifice. You can only exploit if you are ready to stand up on your legs and take what belongs to you. Because you want to exploit another person to want to exploit in the same thing you are doing. Just as it wants to succeed, another person also is fighting for success. And so you can see the reason why you need to work hard to exploit. That's why I said it is not an easy task, but it is something you can achieve if only you believe, if only you can work for it. Exploiting is not something too hard. Many people, yes, I can give you an example. Look at the life of Jabez. Jabez was a failure from the beginning of his life, but immediately Jabez realized himself, he exploit. Number one thing is you must realize who you are. You must realize yourself. If you don't realize yourself, you can't exploit. Immediately you realize yourself, immediately you know who you are, immediately you get to know yourself, I'm telling you 100% you will exploit. Because a lot of times many people get because they don't know who they are. So many people don't really know who they are. So that is why many of the times they do exploit, they stay on the load, they continue to fail because they don't realize who they are. Immediately you realize who you are, then you can exploit. Immediately you realize failure is not for you, then you can exploit. It's a very easy task to do, but you have to discover who you are. You have to know where you belong to, what you belong to. Immediately you discover these things, I'm telling you, exploiting is very easy. Many people supposed to have exploit and make it big, but because they don't even discover who they are. That is number one thing, discovery. The second thing is time. You will never exploit if it is not your time. Don't let me deceive you. After your hard working, after discovering yourself, you have to wait for your time. Look at the life of Joseph. Joseph already know he will exploit from a child, but because it isn't his time, he has to pass through a lot of tribulations, problems, predicaments, frustrations, oppression, depression, just because he has to exploit. Even when getting to the jail for what he never do, for a crime he never committed, he still helped somebody out, and he told the person, when you get there, remember me. But because it wasn't his time, the person never remembered Joseph. You could imagine somebody that you saved, only the name that when he get outside, he couldn't even remember. He couldn't even remember. That is number two. But when it was Joseph's time, uh, something happened. I'm still going there. The second one is time. The third one is encouragement. You must be encouraged. If you are not encouraged, I'm telling you, you won't exploit. Be encouraged to an extent to be strong in prayer, strong in your hustling, strong in whatever you know how to do. Yes. Because for you to exploit, you must exploit in something. You can't just exploit if you don't have something you are doing. But immediately you have that thing you are doing. That is why the Bible said, I will bless the work of your hands. A faith without no work is dead. Immediately you have something you are doing, I'm telling you, 100% assurance with encouragement, you will what? You exploit. Nobody will encourage you. You encourage yourself. If you are waiting for somebody to encourage you, then you are getting it all wrong. Because people will never encourage you, because nobody is even happy that you want to exploit. Because immediately you start taking a step, people know where that step will lead you to. Instead for them to encourage you, I can tell you 95 to 98.9 of them will discourage you. Even let me say 99% of them will discourage you. Not because they don't believe in you, because they know what you want to achieve. They know where you are going. They know what you will be. They know how big and how you going to dwell in success, so they will want to discourage you. So that's why you have to be encouraged. And the last one is prayer. Be a prayer warrior. If you want to exploit in anything, make sure you are a prayer warrior. Immediately you lose guard in your prayer, then a zero failure is very short. That is why if you see many people that exploit, maybe they are not prayerful. Do your find this very well. Their mother, their woman, or their father, or their somebody who is behind it, praying, calling God for that person. If not, forget. You can't. It's not a matter of joke. But immediately you are prayerful, you put God in everything you do first. I'm telling you, it's very sure for you. You will exploit. Don't give up. Be encouraged. Self-disciplined. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. Be prayerful. With those things, you will surely what? You surely exploit. Believe in yourself. You will exploit. You will make it big.